welcome to Homer Bryce Stadium, home of the Lumberjacks here in Nacogdoches, Texas. It's the season finale happening this afternoon, and what a wonderful afternoon. Perfect weather for football here. I'm Chris Simmons, joined with my partner in crime, Courtney Garcia, on the call with you this afternoon. And Courtney, beautiful fall day. Going to be a great game between two teams that has the potential for a lot of fireworks in this one. A lot of points can be put up on the board. What do you think both teams are looking at, and what are they playing for here today?
Well, it's going to, like you said, it's going to be fireworks this afternoon, and I think a big thing for both teams is just finishing off the season the way they wanted to. But for Stephen F. Austin, it is playing for your seniors and also building momentum going into next season with a big win against a playoff team who just secured a conference title in Abilene Christian. And for Abilene Christian, you're playing to get a win here today to have a chance to host a playoff game. So both teams are playing for something, and it's different, but it should be fireworks, like you said, in this ball game.
Yeah, a win today would push Abilene Christian's win streak to five games for the first time since 2010, when the Wildcats won their first 11 games, and just a really high-powered matchup. And I know SFA was hoping this game would mean a lot more going into it, and hopefully kind of sealing the deal for a playoff bid. That's not going to be happening this year. But let's real quick take a look at both conference standings. In the Southland for the Lumberjacks are going to finish this up looking at the 3 seed in the Southland Conference. Incarnate Word has signed, sealed, delivered, punched their ticket to the FCS playoffs. As we transition over now to for Abilene Christian's conference standings out of the United Athletic Conference, they are sitting at the top there, 7-1 conference record, 8-3 overall, and like you said, Courtney, they're playing for positioning and for seeding here to hope build their case as a bye earner as well for the FCS playoff system. So going to be a lot of fun. Thanks for being with us here on ESPN Plus. Abilene Christian won the toss, elected to defer until the second half, and here comes the kick. And things are underway here at Homer Bryce. It'll be a touchback to start things off, and Courtney, with the SFA's offense and the defense of Abilene Christian. We'll take a look at some numbers here. This has potential to be this is the main piece of what we're looking at numbers-wise. Hey, this could actually be a lot of numbers being put up. The SFA offense, 37 points per game just about. But on Abilene Christian side, defensively, what they're allowing and what they're doing, wow, it's they're giving up a lot as well. So it allows for a lot of points to possibly be up on the board today.
Yeah, absolutely. You can have – that's the potential. If you look at the stats, you think it's going to be a shootout.
Yeah.
But you never know. But both these teams are playing for something. So you never know how this game is going to go. Here we go.
Man will be put in motion, and a false start, though, on the first snap here. Sam Vidlak, that's a big story here. I mean, we maybe saw it coming a bit. We knew he didn't play last week in the matchup, but now officially rolled out for today, and which ends his season. Sam Vidlak was still a prolific passer, still has some of the best some of the best FCS numbers across the nation, even missing the last 3 games.
Yeah, he's top 10 in many categories.
Yeah, he's just across the board and probably finish that way as well. SFA puts Neighbors in motion on the jet sweep. Will take it. Bouncing out to the 20, trying to turn it up a bit. Gets to about the 24-yard line, where he'll go out of bounds and get give him 5 yards. So they'll give him 5 yards for that penalty that was just make up for that real quick. But Vidlak is, he's been in a couple different places. He's spent time at Oregon State, at Boise State, Montana. But he's now here at SFA. He's been the SLC Offensive Player of the Week multiple times. Rutherford last week, 201 yards. A solid performance, and also a little bit more of a running threat than what Sam is as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's always a threat when you have a quarterback that can pass the ball efficiently but also can run the ball. And so that's an extra element that the defense has to worry about for ACU.
So Rutherford working, all of his receivers on the right side. Looking over towards the right now, will take off and run up the middle. He gets the first down. Courtney, the run game as a whole, the running back room has been solid for SFA. Add this quarterback in the mix as a potential runner as well. They get all that space because the offensive line has had a really good year so far for SFA.
Yeah, absolutely. And coming into the year, there's a lot of question marks on that offensive line for Stephen F. Austin. And they answered the call, every single one of them. I mean, they had weeks where some were out and having them to play different positions, but they've done a great job on the offensive line this season.
Quaylen Jones, one of these guys as well that has had a fantastic year. He takes the carry there, but gets stopped right at the line of scrimmage. I don't think he lost a yard, but didn't really gain much either. He's the fourth leading conference in Southland play.
I mean, the rusher, yeah, he's the fourth leading rusher in the Southland Conference, so a big-time player and a big-time running back for the Lumberjacks.
Out pass over to the left side. That's Kylan Harris, and Harris just needs 47 more yards in this game to be able to eclipse that 1,000-yard mark on the season, which is that's a milestone. That's something real big to be proud of.
Yeah, an amazing accomplishment for Harris, and he's a prolific receiver, not just in the Southland Conference, but in all the FCS.
So Rutherford here working with some tempo on third down. Puts the man in motion, trying to run it out to the right, but he's quickly swallowed up. Could not get out there and bust away. That's Kirby Coaly. 79 tackles, his 5th tackle for loss this year on that play, and it's going to be a fourth down situation for SFA.
And the preseason all-conference player in Coaly, he just shot the gap and shut down the quarterback power for the Lumberjacks.
He just shot right through the middle there on the replay. You see it. And so here comes Callum Eddings as a punter. This has been one advantage for Stephen F. Austin in nearly every game. He's been able to flip the field so incredibly well. He has 15 punts of over 50 yards. They love one here, a high booming punt.
A lot of hang time.
Yeah, ton of hang time. Won't be fair call, a return attempt, but he's pushed out of bounds right where he caught it, essentially. So Abilene Christian will bring out this high-scoring offense at their own 10. Take a look real quick at these numbers for Abilene Christian's offense versus SFA's defense. This is where the game will be won or lost right here, because you have a high-powered scoring offense, 36.2 points a game. SFA only giving up 17.7. But then you look at that pass yards number, Courtney. Abilene Christian wants to throw the thing all the way around the field. And
they have one of the most prolific passers in all of the FCS. He's 3rd in pass yards in ACU history, 3,604. Number 1 in the FCS in passing yards, and number 3 in passing touchdowns in all of the FCS.
Yeah, and he's going to be, I believe he's 311 yards away from being the all-time leading passer in ACU's history. So it'd be interesting to keep an eye on that. Maverick McIver is his name. He's the quarterback. He has taken every single snap this season except for one at the quarterback position. And, when you have numbers like that, accuracy about 62%, you know why you want the ball in his hands.
And one of the games that just come to your mind when you think of ACU is that Texas Tech game earlier in the year when they just had an absolute barn burner shootout with them. So that just shows you the prolificness of this passing attack for the Wildcats.
Yeah, 52-51. That one was in overtime. A quick slant route caught by Blaine Taylor, and he's a guy that you've got to really pay a lot of attention to. He was somebody as a key focus that we were looking at this season, because he's coming off of his 5th 100-plus yard game last week in their matchup with Tarleton State. So, and ACU's their resume is strong too. I mean, you play Texas Tech close to a 1-point game in overtime. But then you play another close game against number 4 team. You beat a ranked Tarleton State team. You beat a ranked Central Arkansas team. It's a strong squad that really has high hopes for this FCS playoff situation. McIver dropping back to pass, looking for the slant, but very, very short. Low pass intended for Hut Graham.
It just came out of his hands a little funky on that slant route.
So Stephen F. Austin's defense forcing what looks to be a 3-and-out here, as the Wildcats are backed up deep in their own territory. We'll see where the punter, Grant Nickel, he'll be right on the goal line to get this punt away. .10:59 to play. We're just underway here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Oh, the punt is blocked. The punt is blocked. Nickel trying to do a second punt now after having it's a bounce caught by the Lumberjacks at the 13-yard line. Special teams making big plays and big differences here for the Lumberjacks early on.
And I'll tell you what, that is a momentum turning play for the Lumberjacks. Just it was kind of dead in the stadium.
Yeah.
Overall, and just for the Lumberjacks, you bring the crowd back in the game with that punt block and the field position for your offense.
So the punt blocked. The second punt attempt is received by the Lumberjacks, and they'll have it in the red zone to start this thing off for their second drive of the afternoon. So first and goal. No, pardon me, not first and goal. I got my lines mixed up just a bit, but first and 10 from the 13-yard line. See what Stephen F. Austin can pull off here. Rutherford motions a man to his right. Takes a snap, dropping back, looking towards the middle of the field, under some pressure, trying to find Harris. The ball tipped, though. Strong deflection from Elijah Moffitt.
And ACU just bringing the house. No safety help over the top, and just Rutherford, he had time to throw the football. It's just great defense on the back end by the Wildcats.
So second down and 10 coming up. Lindo in motion. Comes from the slot to the tight end position. Handoff inside to Wembley. Wembley will push ahead for a 5-yard gain.
And Wembley a back that the Lumberjacks go to in the red zone just because of his swiftness through the hole, and also he has some power as well. So he kind of has that combination of kind of slithering through the defense, but also has the power when he needs it.
He also is a pass catching threat. So you
right,
see him in a lot of these sets in the red zone because he's a running back that has really great hands. Rutherford taking the snap, a little off sequence, rolling out under a little bit of pressure, looking up, pass complete, touchdown Lumberjacks, caught by LeVar Lindo, his first touchdown of the season.
Great job by Rutherford just finding his tight end over the middle after his first read was taken away, but great job buying some time in the pocket and just delivering a strike to his tight end.
Yeah, he had to roll back around, ended up at the left hash mark of the 20-yard line, and Lindo did all the work he had to finish that one off. Here comes the extra point from Chris Campos. 85 consecutive made point after attempts here on his senior day. Kick is up, the kick is good, make it 86 now. Keep an eye on Campos throughout this one. He needs two field goals to be the second all-time FCS kicker in NCAA history. Big deal coming up. We got a timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. 10:05 to go in this first quarter. SFA strikes first here at Homer Bryce. Welcome back. Jacob Hand getting set to do the kicking off here for the Lumberjacks. See the touchdown score from Lindo, and that whole offensive drive was set up by the special teams, Courtney.
Oh, man, what a hit.
What a hit on the kickoff return there. You see SFA's bringing the energy early on. They are really, they're pumped up. This is their final game of the season. They want to make sure that they close out the season with as much poise, as much power and presence of what they've had this whole year. They want to bring that same thing here today.
Yeah, absolutely. They want to bring the pressure. They want to put the pressure on this ACU team, and they have nothing to lose right now. They're playing with their hair on fire, like you said.
Yeah.
And it's for their seniors. It's senior day here, and so they want to put on a good show for their fans and also get a win for the seniors going out.
They actually have review happening here on the field. On that kickoff return, we missed the referee's announcement on it, but it was a strong collision. Take a look to see maybe what they're looking at. I don't know if maybe it's a targeting look or what. It was a hard collision. I didn't think it dirty, but let's see. No, I think it was just a strong hit.
Yeah, I think that was a strong tackle.
Cameron Reddick there doing the hitting.
The only thing they could even think about is possibly leaning with the crown of the helmet, but I don't see too much there.
Nehemiah Martinez was the returner. He's prolific. He has great offensive numbers this year for this Wildcat squad. Abilene Christian, no special teams touchdowns at all this year. But they are still checking things out. Coach Carthel and his guys are, they're still excited. I mean, 21 seniors on this roster. It's always a day that you hate to play your last game with all your seniors, but
You always know that day is coming.
Yeah, it's just part of it. It's the cycle. It's the circle of everything else going on too. So this review is actually taking quite a bit of time here. This is going to be a game that's going to take its time. Both teams are going to throw the ball around quite a bit. SFA a little bit more prone to run it, but the Abilene Christian squad is unapologetically going to throw that thing here. But the first drive was kind of shut down pretty quick. There wasn't a whole lot happening on that drive with the 3 and out.
After further review, there's no targeting on the play. First down, Abilene Christian.
That's what I expected.
Yeah, that's just football collision right there.
Yeah, it's a great football collision on kickoff.
Great football play.
But you'd expect for the Wildcats to come out with a sense of urgency here on offense, being down on the road.
All right, so here we go, 1st and 10. Wildcats setting up the offense. McAvoy throwing it over to his left. Pass caught. Low pass, but still complete.
It's
Incomplete. Incomplete pass intended there for Trey Cleveland, who has 27 receptions this season. 2nd down and 10.
Incomplete pass. Previous plays under further review.
So we're going to get another review here. We're 2 plays of the drive, essentially 3 plays of the drive, including the return, and 2 reviews. They're going to review right now to see if the pass was complete or incomplete.
Yeah, and it was a close one to see from up here where we are.
So replay coming, and the pass coming here. Let's see if we can. It was very, very close there on that angle. We'll see if we can. One more look, a little bit wider, see if we can see anything there.
That's close.
It is important to remember here the call on the field was that it was incomplete on the field.
It's just a matter of did he get his arms under the football.
Yeah.
The ball can touch the ground as long as you have control of it.
The reviews are here. These last 20 seconds have taken about 10 minutes of real time, and that's kind of what you expect towards the end of a half, not at the very beginning of the game here. Score 7-0 here in the first quarter. SFA striking first. A spark from the special teams unit. The 3 and out was set up for a punt. The punt was blocked. Big key play that we got to remember throughout this one. Here comes the ruling here from the referee, I think. We're going to take a break. Oh, here they come back to the field. Apologize for the confusion.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. Incomplete pass, 2nd down.
So here comes 2nd down now. So 3 wide receivers set for the Wildcats. Martinez put in motion. McAvoy looking over to his left side, the isolated receiver. Wow, Blaine Taylor, he had hands all over him and just a fantastic reception. Taylor averaging 86.5. But look at the contact here on this one.
And this is going to be interesting because there was a lot of contact coming from the offensive side.
That's true, too, yeah.
So it could be offensive.
So McAvoy whipping it out over to his left. I mean,
like they're moving it for like it's going to be defensive. How they're
that's what I
how
was
the ball's
thinking.
moving.
I thought it was maybe initial,
the initial tug
from Jeremiah Walker.
Jeremiah Walker.
Get to hear from the official again here in just a moment.
Pass interference. Number 6, defense. Penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
I'm guessing Demings is called. I thought Demings was on the other side of the field, but
that's what I thought. That they just switched. But
yeah.
Some miscommunication there.
That's all right. 1st and 10. We have another whistle on the field with a chain malfunction, and so
it's a lot going on.
There's a lot. I mean, there is no flow to this one whatsoever. It's kind of hard to get in the groove of everything happening here with the stops and starts. But the chain now, I guess there's no wrinkles in the chain. I think we're all set to go. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. McAvoy handing it off. Run over to the right, getting decent yardage early on. Isaiah Johnson pushing forward and gain of 8 on the play.
And Johnson, the 7th best rusher in the UAC conference.
I feel like this Wildcat squad is a run is necessary, but a run just to simply set up the pass is what we could be looking at here. 2nd down and 10, or and 2, pardon me. Hand off again. They get the first down and some. Shooting through the gap was Isaiah Johnson. Johnson with 11 touchdowns this season, averaging 67 yards a game. Their offensive numbers really are just pretty substantial all the way across the board.
Everywhere you look, they have an amazing player in that position. They have amazing receivers. They have the best quarterback statistics-wise in the whole entire FCS. And then you have 2 backs that are highly touted in the conference. So very potent offense.
Taylor in motion, going from far side to be now the lone receiver on the right. McAvoy looking his direction. Now we'll go back over towards the middle. A check down. He'll find Johnson. Johnson forced out of bounds. Another decent gain here for the Wildcats.
Just a lot of time for McIver to go through his progressions there to eventually go into the check down.
So 2nd down coming up in 5. Taylor now coming into the short slot. McAvoy. A little fake to the left and a flip over the right side, over the right tackle. On the crossing route, Martinez. Gain of 3 on the play. Third and 2. McAvoy looking to complete the first down. A little pick route. Complete and a ton of more yards after. Up to the 25 for the Wildcats.
Just amazing play there for the Wildcats, like you said, with the pick route and just giving it just enough of an edge to the offense to get major yardage.
Javon Gibson with his 23rd reception of the season. First and 10. McAvoy looking to his right. Pass incomplete. In coverage was Aaron Austin. He dropped off the line and bounced out there, but that was just the receiver on that one. hit his hand. He kind of ran a little too quick before he caught it.
Yeah, absolutely. Just getting a little bit ahead of himself. But Austin is just a very versatile player for the Lumberjacks, being able to rush the passer, set the edge on rushes, and also being able to step out in the flattened coverage as well.
Sam Hicks, the running back, was the receiver there on that play. A handoff running over to the right side. Isaiah Johnson.
Take a spin move there, but great job by Jermaine Brown for the Lumberjacks.
Jermaine Brown on his senior day.
55 tackles, 14th best in the Southland Conference, so high-level linebacker, and he has been for many years here for the Lumberjacks. Senior from Manville, Texas.
Oh, a lot of contact there. a little something extra there from Bruce Harmon, his senior day as well.
And this secondary for the Lumberjacks is very aggressive. I mean, you can go over the top on them, but it's hard to. They make it hard on you, getting off the line and knocking you off your route.
So here comes a field goal. 37-yard field goal attempt coming. Valles here to do the kicking. Kick is up. Kick is no good. Missed over to the left. So the special teams unit failing to convert again for the Wildcats. We're taking a break here. The score 7-0. We'll be back here in the first quarter. 5:26 to go in this first quarter. The score is 7-0. Stephen F. Austin leading over Abilene Christian here in this season finale. It's a non-conference matchup. The special teams unit letting down this Wildcat team early on, allowing a blocked punt, and then a missed field goal, allowing SFA to really get in and produce offensively. First down was a short run play. Made a gain of about 2 on the play for Quaylen Jones. 3 wide receivers to the right for Rutherford here. Here's the snap. Rutherford looking for the one receiver to his left. Pass caught by Neighbors. Neighbors up to the 40.
Just a great pitch and catch from Rutherford to Neighbors over the middle.
Jordan Mukes in coverage there and making the tackle. A one-on-one setup that
Neighbors, another outstanding receiver for the Lumberjacks, 4th in receiving in the Southland Conference.
See it here from Rutherford. Hitting the quick slant. So now Wembley in motion to the left. Rutherford looking, making the pass to Harris. Pass was a little off target, but Harris able to recover and get ahead for 5 yards.
And this is where the Lumberjacks offense is at its best, is when they can move the ball and get the ball out on the perimeters to their playmakers. Then it sets up the big pass play, but also you also have the rushing attack where you have a two-back system like they have two-back formation like they have right now.
Second down coming up, 7 to go. Hand off to Jones. Jones trying to work his way through the pile. He did a good job getting 5 yards out on that play that looked like it should have been stuffed pretty close to the line.
Yeah, and when Stephen F. Austin is able to run the football and pass the football at a decent clip, then it's hard to stop this offense.
3rd and short in a relatively mild scoring first quarter, obviously with only 1 touchdown being put up on the board. Abilene Christian has clinched its spot already in the FCS playoffs. SFA playing for pride here on their senior day. Handoff going to Jones. I don't think he got there.
I don't believe he got there. Just a great stuff by the Wildcats.
4th and 1. Wouldn't be surprised if we go for it here right at midfield. Let's see, 4th and 1. Play clock at 15, Rutherford. Looks like all the dogs are coming here for the Wildcats. Rutherford handing off. Oh, I think wow, what a second effort on that run.
Yeah, the second effort got it.
Beautifully done.
Just all power right there.
Is that Quaylen on the carry?
Yeah.
Quaylen doing a great job initially. There was first contact on that play.
And it looked like it was about to be
It should have been
a
stuffed.
turnover. Yeah, stuffed. But just a great second effort by Jones to get the first down.
Here comes the replay here. Right there is the hit initially, but then he sneaks over to the left a little bit and able to fight his way ahead for the first down. A false start called against SFA. Second time this evening, early afternoon.
5-yard penalty, first down.
5-yard penalty, 1st and 15. Less than 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. Rutherford will play action, looking to Harris. Harris trying to shimmy away from the defender, but can't do so. Kohili able to make the tackle there.
And Kohili's been all over the field here in this ball game. And he's showing that 79 tackles on the season. That's a lot for him. And also being able to bring down Harris in space.
Second down and 15. Rutherford trying to make the pass over on the short slant, but deflected by the lineman. Carson Haggard. Pardon me. Alex Bowman, pardon me. For the Wildcats getting a hand up, throwing a big paw up there and knocking the pass down. So now it's a 3rd and long situation. So let's see what SFA can produce here. Backs up against it here, 3rd and 15. Rutherford. There is pressure coming, sneaking up in the pocket. He's going to elect to try to run it. Has a lot of yards to have to gain and won't be able to do so. He cuts it almost in half from 3rd and 15 to now 4th and 7. But just didn't have anything really available for him down the field.
Yeah, and coming into the game, it was some questions about the secondary for the Wildcats, but they done a great job here early in this game of keeping the lid on this offense, prolific offense for the Lumberjacks.
Eddings here out to punt again. Don't need a huge boot from him here, but hopefully something that can pin on the inside the 20. Eddings, here's the kick. That will bounce. Wow, beautifully done. That is the 3rd crucial special teams play that has gone in favor of SFA early on. That might be a theme and a key when you look back at the end of this game.
Yeah, absolutely. It gave him a chance last week against Incarnate Word, and it's showing up here that a very, very consistent special teams can also help out your offense and your defense in ball games. Yeah, stay in ball games.
Get one more look at the punt. You don't always get to see replays from what the punter's doing, but listen, when the punters, especially as what SFA has in Callum Eddings, he's really flipped the game big time for this Lumberjack squad. Here on it's also he's one of the 21 seniors. There's a lot of them, a lot of good ones too.
Absolutely, and and it's very familiar territory for Abilene Christian because they were down last week against Tarleton. Eventually coming back to
here's a flag before the snap.
Clinch the conference title.
Yep. Yeah, they had to fight and claw their way back into that one. 35-31 was the final score on it.
So the Lumberjacks have to keep that intensity, knowing that you have a team that is capable, very capable of coming back and taking the lead in this ball game.
So 1st and 12 and a half. Here comes the handoff. He is stuffed in the backfield. It's a safety. Lumberjack defense fully collapsing there on the run play, selling out with it to the left side. Wow. Take a look at this. The handoff went to Hicks, and then, wow.
Absolutely stuffed. And, of course,
It's Bobineau, isn't it? Yep.
The 6'2", 340-pound sophomore from Huntsville, Texas, for the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, absolutely, just causing chaos here. And so the safety produces a 9-0 score in the first quarter. 16 seconds to go. Lumberjack fans, this is more what they're used to here at Homer Bryce this year. Only one loss, and that came last weekend in a tough game with Incarnate Word. Boy, and the Incarnate Word was just came down to one. I mean, it came down to a lot of things when you talk to a coach and team. But the play that sticks out is that interception return up the sideline, then
and
getting
the fumble
stripped away. Yeah,
yep.
that was the game right there. That could have made this game mean everything in the world for SFA,
right.
With a potential FCS playoff berth potential. But not the case right now. But right now, it doesn't seem to be bothering them. They're just coming out here, and they've had a fantastic season, and they just want to come out and finish it off now.
Yeah, just coming out to put on a good show. And for ACU, they're a bit sleepwalking right now. Just knowing that you've clinched a conference title last week against Tarleton State, and coming into a game where Stephen F. Austin they're out of the playoffs, but they've come out fired up, and so you have to wake up if you're the Wildcats.
Here's Meshy with the kickoff. It's going to be a low line drive kick. Caught like a shortstop there. Jordan Jackson, Chris Martinez, pardon me, on the reception. So SFA going to start off in plus territory for the second time this afternoon. It's kind of a line drive kick. Here we go for 1st and 10. Rutherford. Stepping up in the pocket, his pass well underthrown, intended for Clayton Wayland.
And really just nothing there for him on that attempt. It has been a perfect throw for Rutherford.
Full receiver set, one running back to the left. Rutherford looking. Pass complete over to Wembley.
Just showing his versatility like we talked about a little bit earlier.
He's always a threat, and that finishes up the first quarter. The score 9-0. We'll be back in a moment here from Homer Bryce. Here in start of the second quarter, that punt block that you're seeing on your screen right there, that is the crucial play that started things off really well for the Lumberjacks. Special teams have been a big deal. Seen punt blocks and punts. Here comes the snap for Rutherford with 3rd down and 5 to go. He'll drop back and has a pocket that completely collapsed on him. I'm not sure if that's a coverage sack or if that's just the defensive line just absolutely collapsing and crushing our offensive line on that play in particular. Jerry Lawson got in there and made the hit.
Yeah, that was Lawson and Roach getting back there for the defensive line for the Wildcats. Just a great stop and getting pressures. Single high safety over the top and also bringing a blitz and bringing pressure.
So here comes a punt from Eddings. Here comes the punt. A high arching punt. Man, and the Gunners almost got down there to snag that one to down another punt for Eddings. That's basically right where he wanted that one to drop. But here in the first half, got a couple numbers for you. And this one is Abilene Christian has 14 plays for 60 yards. SFA's had 20 for 77. The the stat sheet not as stuffed as you would have thought on the offensive side here.
Right.
In this one so far, Courtney.
Yeah, and you just got to give credit to the defense for the Lumberjacks just stifling this offense, this amazing offense for the Wildcats. So,
well, the one thing we've seen so far that you can say, even though the quantity isn't crazy high, Blaine Taylor, the receiver for the Wildcats, Kylan Harris, the receiver for SFA, they lead their team in total yards so far. Taylor with 22.
Great open field tackle there.
Yeah, Harris with 17 and tackle.
Mike Patterson for the Lumberjacks.
Jermaine Brown, Cameron Reddick of SFA with 3 tackles there first quarter. Abilene Christian has 4 guys with 3, including Will Schaefer now with 103 tackles this season. Pretty impressive to see a triple digits in that category. Second down and 10 coming up. That'll be a run play for Hicks. The last time he ran the ball was actually in the end zone where the safety happened. So for that one being stuffed. It'll be third down and 10 coming up. All the receivers tight on the right side. Ball to the left hash. McAvoy. One safety drop back. Stephen F. Austin's Dylan Tooker. McAvoy looking, not finding, and he's swallowed. Wow. These defensive lines have been getting after it today. On the sack for Stephen F. Austin, that's Xavier Potts. He has 2.5 sacks now this season. We have a break. We'll be right back. Pardon me. Not quite yet. I got a little ahead of myself on that.
Yeah, but just great coverage on the back end. Just not having anywhere to go with the football for the Wildcats. Just, man, you got to give it to the secondary for the Lumberjacks. They played a great game so far up until this point.
The punt coming. Punter tried to sell some contact. I don't know that it happened or not. Ball bounced a couple times on the return for Stephen F. Austin. They'll get it up to the 40 where they're eventually pulled back. Now we do have a break happening. 11:54 to go in this first half. The score 9-0. We'll be right back here from Nacogdoches. Welcome back. 11:54 to go in this first half. SFA's defense has been quite stellar here early on in this matchup. The offense has been able to benefit off of the defense, but also off the special teams. Rutherford off the handoff. Hands it over to Jenkins. Jenkins sneaks his way through for a gain of about 3 on the play. Second down and 7 coming up.
And Jenkins, another top 10 rusher in the Southland Conference. So they have – Stephen F. Austin has a really great running back room, and they all produce at a high level.
Second down and 7 now. Wembley to the right of Rutherford. Rutherford under pressure, just having to throw it away.
Just a lot of pressure from the Wildcats.
So third down and 7 coming up. Couple subs happening early on here. So Rutherford this time puts Harris in motion. You're seeing a lot of pre-snap motion. Harris open.
Wide
open down the field. 10-5. Take it to the house. Kylan Harris off the pass from Rutherford. 60-yard touchdown for the Lumberjacks.
Great play call. An even better throw by Rutherford to a wide open Kylan Harris for an easy touchdown.
I mean, he had his guy scrambling off the motion. That's why, you know, Coach Roston and his crew want to set up with a lot of pre-snap motion. What it does, a couple things, it will help. It helps the quarterback see what the defense is in, but it also gives a chance for the receiver, hey, maybe I can beat this man going down, and he hadn't beat off the motion.
Yeah, it's off the motion into a wheel, and just it's all speed right there for Harris.
Here's Campos. Kick is up. Kick is good. And the score is 16-0. We'll take a break here from Homer Bryce. SFA, strong, dominant start here in their senior day here from Homer Bryce. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back here. Kylan Harris helping be the spark plug. That's the explosive play that we've seen a lot from this season from Stephen F. Austin's offense. Rutherford making a beautiful pass to find him, but Harris is the hard worker getting open. 60-yard touchdown to score now. 16-0 with 11:04 to go in the first half, as the kickoff from hand will be a touchback. And Courtney, this game so far early on has been all SFA.
Yeah, absolutely. On both sides, you see the sense of urgency from the Lumberjacks on the defensive side, absolutely shutting down the prolific offense of the Wildcats. But you got to give credit to the offense as well. They're doing a great job of mixing it up, establishing the run, and also taking their shots when they're there.
We'll see what Abilene Christian wants to counter with here, because if you've seen this team play at all this season, you know their offense has been just a going.
Absolutely.
They are not afraid to clap back real quick offensively. We'll see what happens. 1st and 10. The handoff, and, well, the run game has just not really been strong at all.
And that's the issue for the Wildcats. They're not able to establish the run, and when you're not able to establish the run, it allows the defensive line and the linebacker, the front seven of the Lumberjacks, to pin their ears back and go after the quarterback. I wish they'd done that here in the first half.
So 2nd down and 12. McIver passing.
What a tip.
That's tip.
Oh, man. That was Cotton.
That's Cotton one more time. Wow. Getting a hand up on it, and this defense is stifling, as they've been all year long. Take a look at the replay on this one. You see Cotton back in coverage. He sees it the whole way, and
just extending.
Leaning over to his left, hitting it with his right. So long 3rd down here. Cotton earned himself a play off now to get some rest.
This is where the defense wants you in 3rd and long.
Hicks to the right of his quarterback. McIver, a little flip out to him. He slips up on the turf. And that went for a loss of 2 yards. SFA producing the 3 and out again. But listen, you know you can't take it too easy right now if you're Abilene Christian, because SFA already has 1 punt block in this game. They've came close as well. So
right.
it's been an interesting venture early on with this special teams unit for Abilene Christian.
And then if you get the punt off, then you have to deal with Kylan Harris back deep.
No pressure coming though on this punt. Spiraling punt, caught by Harris. 33-yard line.
Great open field
flag
tackle
on the play. We'll see what the penalty was. It was thrown around the 37, 38-yard line.
That was Naeem Martinez. Like it's going to be a hold.
We'll see what the call is here momentarily.
During the kick, holding, number 29, receiving team. Penalty is 10 yards from the end of the kick. 1st down.
So hold caught against Stephen F. Austin. That'll back up 10. SFA's produced 4 first downs in this game. Abilene Christian with 3. Honestly, not a ton of offensive numbers that really just pop off the page. 54 passing yards, 23 rushing yards. Rutherford doesn't hand it off to Jones. It's a little play action, and Well, it gets a draw, not really play action on that, and then drop back to pass. But Rutherford
kept
it to his left. And
yeah, it's a QB replay where he could have handed it off, but great read by Rutherford, seeing that the DN crashing.
And a great sell from Jones, too, on that play.
Absolutely, but that's a product of for the Lumberjacks of being able to run the football.
Yeah.
If you're able to run the football, you can get the defense to bite on that.
Jones pushing through the pile, but only getting a yard on that play. 3rd down and 4 coming up. Wembley in motion. That'll be a false start, though. I think that was over on the left side.
False start, number 56, offense. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
False starts has been an issue in this game for the Lumberjacks.
Third down and 8 after the 5-yard penalty. Third and 8. Abilene sending a massive blitz here. Rutherford dropping back to pass despite it.
Great catch, but just out of bounds.
I mean, yeah. Beautiful catch, beautiful spot on the throw. Really made it to where only the receiver could get it, but was out of bounds and make it 4th down and long. The punt squad coming onto the field.
Injury timeout.
Injury timeout here on the field. Let's take a look real quick at the history between
Injury timeout.
Abilene and SFA. SFA does lead the all-time series 13-11. You know, you thought that points, you really started scoring here recently, like offenses, some crazy developments. Well, look back at, a mere 51 years ago. Abilene Christian won the first matchup 57-50 back on October 6th of 1973. They put up some points there.
Oh, absolutely.
And I don't have any game film. I didn't get to break that one down before the game, but these two schools have been facing each other for quite some time. So now 4th down and 8, and Edding's going to keep trying to do his job here. If he can pin them back in the 20, that would be absolutely incredible. Punting from the 10. "70 yards away at the 20-yard line. Eddings punts here. Boy, just got every bit of it, and he does put them inside the 20.
Man.
Punt. But a gap in the punt coverage, and there's a lot of green space for the Wildcats here. Wow. It was a beautiful punt, but the coverage team didn't hold up their end of the bargain.
And that could be a game-defining punt return right there to spark the offense for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Nehemiah Martinez, we know he's a special playmaker. Very well just took what could have been one of the best punts we've seen from Eddings all year long, and he just changed it into something quite dramatic. So he just had a ton of space. First and 10 here for the Wildcats. They're going to go empty backfield. Eddings over to his right. Pass complete.
It's a great open field tackle.
J.J. Henry making his 30th reception.
That was Mullins. That was Mullins on the tackle. That was his 46th tackle, 27th solo of the season for Mullins.
And Mullins has also been a guy, too, a ball hawk with interceptions. He's been a guy that just the ball seems to find him quite a bit for SFA.
Yeah, it does. Four interceptions, like you were saying, 2 forced fumbles and 2 fumble recoveries. So he's, like you said, he's a ball magnet. 2nd
and 9. Here comes the pass. And a sack. Ball loose. T.J. Atkins forcing the sack. Ball was recovered, though, by the Wildcats.
And this is 2 weeks in a row that this front 7 for the Lumberjacks have really put some pressure on 2 great offenses that will participate in the FCS playoffs.
Well, that's Kai Thomas, to give credit where it's due, because he beats the left guard, knocks it loose, and left guard able to recover their last second. Falling on it was Allen Hatton.
That's his third of the season.
So third down, now 25 to go. The handoff, a lot of space. They can make up the whole 25 here. And boy, did they.
Oh, man, just
that's insane. Third
making
25,
plays.
Just a massive miss by the SFA defense.
That was Sam Hicks. He's fourth in the UAC in rushing.
He made Jermaine Brown miss. That doesn't happen a whole lot.
Very shifty running back.
Now 1st and 10. McIver handing off to Hicks. Left side, chased down from the back, an awkward tackle.
And a flag as well.
It's Xavier Potts on the tackle. SFA, we'll see what the flag is.
Holding, number 91, fence. Penalty is 10 yards from the previous spot and carries an automatic first down.
Holding called against Stephen F. Austin. He's against 1 or 91 on that, Courtney?
I believe he said 91.
So Elijah Fields called for the penalty. Abilene Christian now inside the red zone. McIver trying to hit the slant to Taylor, but threw it behind him.
And he's had trouble with accuracy in this ball game. And you have to think if that really has to be due to the pressure that the front seven of the Lumberjacks are putting on this offensive line for the Wildcats.
So 1st and 10. One high safety. Handoff, Hicks. That one's stuffed. Did you see jumping? Did you see the jump at the end of that play there?
Yes, I did.
The dog pile on top of everything else. That's Aaron Austin just trying to. It looks so much like a championship, like just a victory celebration more than anything. Look, so it's here. Here comes Austin right now, just jumping on in the pool.
Just trying to get him on the ground.
Come on in, the water's nice, man. It's crazy. 3rd down and 7. Lumberjacks really showing blitz here. Nobody up top, over the top to help. A 0 look. Man put in motion. Snap taken. McIver looking to his right. And it's a touchdown. Abilene Christian able to answer. The big man, Jed Castles, coming up with his 4th touchdown of the season. Castle there responsible for the first points for the Wildcats. Castle doing a great job gathering himself. It was a good route and a good ball thrown by McIver.
Just a great pitch and catch, much needed for the Wildcats.
He's right there on the sideline. Not much of a better view than that right there is. It's a 10-point ball game. Abilene Christian going to go for 2 here. They're going for 2. McIver dropping back, looking to his right. He's going to throw a back shoulder fade for Taylor. Well overthrew him.
Just great tight defense by Demings.
It's physical, too. It was physical.
Yes, it is.
If that ball's catchable, that might be something a little different. but no cut balls out of play, and we have a break happening on the field. 4:42 to go in the first half. The score 16-6. SFA leading ACU. We'll be back in a moment here on ESPN Plus. We're back. Abilene Christian able to counter SFA scoring with a touchdown of their own. Unable to convert the 2-point conversion. The score is 16-6 in this 10-point ball game. 4:42 to go. Chris Simmons, Courtney Garcia on the call with you this afternoon from Homer Bryce Stadium. A little reverse on the return. Wembley gets it up to the 15, 20. Now he has green grass. Wembley up to the 40, 50. Pushed out of bounds. A little reverse action here from SFA on the kick return.
And the third phase of the ball coming in clutch.
It was, I mean, special team. You're exactly right. You know, three phases: offense, defense, special teams. Was you know, it's been important. So here's a replay of that one. See Neighbors on the return. Just a quick little handoff over to Wembley. And then Wembley had to beat one. He got a great block, and then he kept pushing ahead. Good job from Abilene, honestly, to be able to recover and keep it to just what it was. Rutherford.
There's nothing there on the left side of the field.
Yeah.
Great coverage.
Yeah, 2nd and 10 coming up.
The tackle, Gavin Rutherford. No gain, 2nd down set.
Take a look at the defensive pressure here. Rutherford was looking. On pursuit was David Oak. Lindo. A little motion here. Quaylen Jones will get the carry. Stepped on the right side, decided to bounce it over to his left.
Just a tough guy to bring down.
Gets 8 yards to make it 3rd down and 2 now coming up.
George Hughes there for Abilene Christian. Brings up 3rd down 2.
So SFA okay with the clock ticking down and running a little bit more. 3rd and 2. Taking plenty of time here before this snap. Half will give you all of our stats and numbers from the first half. And then once again, another false start happening.
False start, 71, offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
And just a costly false start. You had the advantage in 3rd and short, and now it's 3rd and long.
Keller struggling, his 2nd false start of the afternoon. So 3rd down and 7. Low snap for Rutherford. Able to gather a throw and step back up, making the pass.
That was tipped.
He had Harris over the middle, but he threw it a little too low. Excellent deflection there from the defense.
That was Roach for the Wildcats, knocking that one down.
Take a look at it here for Rutherford. Looking over the middle. He has Harris. But great jump and timing.
Just reading the quarterback's eyes. And they say if you can't get to the quarterback, then you go for the batted ball.
Go for the batted ball. Why not?
Just read his eyes and see if you have a chance to knock the ball down.
4th and 7. The punt from Eddings. Fair caught by the Wildcats. That's Martinez back to do it. They are pinned once again inside the 10-yard line. The 3rd time the punt unit has done just some incredible work here for SFA. 2:45 to go in this first half. The score is 16-6 coming up at half. We'll take a look at the FCS playoff projections and let you know who's doing what. We'll give you scores from across FBS as well as the Southland. Is what's going on here today is wrapping up all the action. There's one the Southland game on Thursday night. We'll do that. We'll also talk through some stats and see some of our favorite replays from the first half. So McAvoy. McAvoy over the middle, finding Martinez.
Just a great pitch and catch between quarterback and receiver over the middle.
Martinez now 63 receptions this season. He's been a favorite of McAvoy.
The gain of 20 after the 29, first and 10.
Quarterback run.
Yeah, for McAvoy, going to try to escape over to his right as they're trying to work a little bit quicker.
Yards, second down.
And coming up will be 2nd down and 4 now. Second and 4. And the 2-minute timeout going to happen here at Homer Bryce. We'll take the break with them to score 16-6. SFA leading over Abilene Christian. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back here to Homer Bryce. 2nd and 4 coming up for the Wildcats there. You see the SFA offense had the reverse on the kickoff, but the drive ended up coming up empty. McAvoy dropping back to pass, looking. Scrambling and making the throw. It's caught over by the SFA sideline.
And again, the pressure in his face.
Well, the only way pressure gets there is if your guys in coverage are able to hold tight and make make it difficult on the receivers. It's crazy how football as a game, it works in units, Courtney. It all works together and complements together whenever it's giving you the results that you hope. 3rd and 4. Rutherford.
Oh, man, he's going down.
Slam to the ground. On the tackle for SFA, Tony Aniwayu.
And he was looking for Martinez on a deep route, but just the front seven of the Lumberjacks just not giving him
Stephen
enough
F.
time.
Austin, first charged of the first half. This is a 30-second timeout.
30-second timeout here for SFA as they want to jaw something up. 1:46 to go in the half. It is to be noted that the Wildcats, Abilene Christian, will be getting the ball to start off the 3rd quarter. And so SFA going to stop the clock, get set up for the punt return here. Snap a little bit high. The punt does get away, though. Back to receive it. Cannon Lamberg. Lamberg receives it, but then it's hit about 2 yards into the return. He gets a hard hit. They're making the hit is Sam Mason Jr. We've seen some hard hits in this game so far, Courtney. It's been defense have been crazy active, and the special teams have been active. I mean, we have a lot going on here.
It's what you would expect. I mean, this is the final game of the season for the Lumberjacks, and
Offside, number 24, receiving team. The penalty is declined. First down.
So SFA actually called for an offside on the got a little too antsy there to try to go maybe block
right.
the punt.
But yeah, you have Stephen F. Austin playing their last game here at home, senior day, playing for their seniors, and you have Abilene Christian playing for a home playoff game. So it's a reason for both. It's a reason for both of these teams playing at a high level and a high intensity right now.
So Rutherford dropping back, looking. 1:30 on the clock. Rutherford now will run up to the left hash and is brought down at the 42-yard line.
Just a great blitz pickup right there for the Lumberjack offensive line.
And Rutherford had to make the pretty quick decision to, hey, tuck and run. Rutherford over to his right. Pass complete.
Pass complete to Llewellyn.
Llewellyn making the catch. He's back after being out last week. Back in the lineup here. 3rd down and 1 to go. Safety creeping in. Pass deflected at the line. We'll see what SFA chooses to do here with 29 seconds to go in this first half. It's 3rd and 1, but your special teams unit's been so strong. They'll come back on the field here, and Eddings gets to So here's the punt coming.
Another great punt.
Another great punt inside the 20. Eddings has just been all over it here, averaging 46.5 per punt so far. But 23 seconds to go. A 10-point ball game, and we said coming up at halftime, we'll take a look at some Southland games, take a look at the FCS playoff projections, take a look at all this coming up at halftime, as well as halftime stats and replays. Well, before the snap, see if it's timeout or penalty on the play.
False start, number 55, offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Feels like this whole first half been a little bit disjointed, Courtney. I mean,
Yeah.
just there's not. I mean, it started off from 2 reviews on 3 plays, penalties, timeout here and there, but overall, just not a ton of flow for either team working well.
Yeah, it felt like a different style of game.
Yeah.
Especially like you said, we had many stoppages in ACU just going into the half.
Yeah, they're going to take the knee and let the clock roll. And that's how we'll finish off this first half. The score, 16-6. Stephen F. Austin providing a lot of fireworks here throughout the first half. We'll be back in a moment to break it all down for you at halftime here on ESPN+. Abilene Christian will be receiving the kick here to start off the third quarter in this 10-point ball game. Hand set to do the kicking off. Going over towards the right sideline. Received by the Wildcats, returned from the 15, and I believe his own teammate actually tripped him up. So Courtney, keys for the second half here for this Abilene Christian offense. What do you think they got to do to get things going?
Establishing the run.
Yeah.
I think establishing the run will help out with the passing attack and allowing for play action pass and also another thing, if they're going to go straight with the passing attack, it's just finding some short to intermediate routes that can get their quarterback in rhythm.
If you see that they're not able to establish that run, though, what point do you bail on it? Do you go kind of the opposite direction?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can. That's why I said you got to find some short. You got to get your quarterback in rhythm.
Yeah.
Because he's one of the best passers in the country in the FCS when he's in rhythm.
McIver, the handoff is dropped, balls on the floor. Looks like Stephen F. Austin recovered. They sure did. First play from scrimmage. SFA forcing the fumble, recovering the fumble. Aaron Austin doing the honors. Take a look at this. Austin there and falling on it. Heads up play, and now SFA quickly in the red zone. You could really take the wind out of the sails of the Wildcats here. So Rutherford puts Wembley in motion. Dropping back, looking towards the left. Pump fakes. Now under pressure. Has pursuit from the back, flinging it out. Keeping it from being a sack. Smartly just able to get the able to earn an incompletion on that, Courtney.
Yeah, he's trying to make it happen, but great pursuit from the backside by the Wildcats.
Yeah, Isaiah Kelly in pursuit on that one. Rutherford. Hand it off to Jones. Jones, pretty quiet night from him by his standards so far through one half. That's his 8th carry for 19 yards total. He'll check out. Wembley will be the back. Here's Kylan Harris going to the short slot for SFA over on the right side. Now Harris from right to left. Rutherford. Feeling pressure coming up on the backside again.
Just nothing there.
Yeah, receivers unable to get open and
great coverage.
Yeah,
on the back end.
Honestly, there what you saw was you've seen 4 offensive plays so far in the second half. Defensive lines for both teams have been great.
Yeah,
all
right.
4
Absolutely, yeah.
So here comes Campos out. This field goal right here would have him tie for all-time FCS, a 2nd place all-time in field goals made. If he makes this, he would tie Matthew Cooks with his mark of 86 field goals made. The kick is up. The kick is good. Campos remains perfect inside of 50 yards this season. Campos is now 18 of 20 on the year.
Just automatic.
SFA not able to capitalize with a touchdown there being in the red zone, but at least getting a field goal, getting 3 out of the deal. So here comes the special teams units for both teams. SFA's got to be feeling good.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Coming into this afternoon, SFA 6-5 record, 4-3 in the Southland Conference. Abilene Christian 8-3 on the year, 7-1 in the United Athletic Conference. So hand set to do the kicking now for the Jacks. That one's booted. Hits inside a party trailer, down past the end zone.
Speaking of that, just you got to love this environment.
Yeah.
On each end, you have, like you said, the party trailers, and then you had the multiple canopies.
Yep.
Here on the right side as well. So just gotta give credit to the athletic director here at Stephen F. Austin, just making a great, enjoyable game day environment for the fans and alumni.
For sure. It's always been something special, and the whole team has really made it an effort to take things up a notch here. Here at Homer Bryce, and backup quarterback in here for the Wildcats, to making his 2nd pass of the season. Carson Haggard, the sophomore. Looks like he'll get the second half reps in this one, as Abilene Christian not necessarily conceding in this one, but understand they want to go into next week with everybody healthy.
Right. But like we said at the beginning, they're playing for an opportunity to host a playoff game.
They'll put Martinez in motion. High snap. Handoff happening at the last second to Isaiah Johnson.
Great tough run by Johnson.
line to make the stop.
Injury timeout.
We have an injury timeout on the field. The injured player is from Abilene Christian. As they tend to him.
Timeout on the field.
We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back in a moment here on ESPN Plus. And welcome back. Here we are with 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Ball thrown over the middle, but right at SFA defender Josiah Cotton getting the interception back to the 25. 3rd pass of the year for Carson Haggard, and it's intercepted.
And I'll tell you what, he's looking for Martinez across the middle again, but he did not see Cotton underneath.
Nowhere. Just, I mean, it was obvious off the read. Look at it here. I mean, he was trying to hit that slant, and either he just missed throwing it over to his left. If we could see, if I could get one more angle, I don't know if we could see it, but I was curious if he missed his throw or just didn't see him, because it was a.
On the field, it looked like he didn't see him.
Yeah. That was my initial thought as well. Oh, looks like the crew will have it one more time, and no, he just didn't see it, Courtney. He was 100%. He just didn't see Cotton sitting there. So, senior job. Appreciate the crew in the back, able to flow us there. Rutherford.
Oh, he lost the ball.
Oh no, he lost the ball himself. Ball is loose on the turf. Nobody picking it up. Here come the Wildcats, finally grabbing it at the 50 and getting up to the 45. Well, it's disheartening whenever you force the turnover there. You get the interception, but then you give it right back. And it's a learning moment there for Rutherford. Just got caught on the handoff, and a little confusion there and lost control of it. Couldn't crawl over there fast enough to get to it. So it'll be 1st and 10. .point game.
Oh, man, just nowhere to go there.
Yeah, Hicks got captured real quick.
Now it's Xavier Poston. What a game he's having for the Lumberjacks.
Yeah. Part of that defensive line that's really been really strong. Take a look at it there. Potts just, boom. Lumberjack band there on the screen for you. 12:14 to go. This 3rd quarter has been slow to get time off the clock with all the turnovers that are happening between both. Haggard throwing deep, looking for Martinez, but just missed it. I think Martinez may have lost that in the sun too in coverage. For SFA was Bruce Harmon.
Again, they're doing a great job of finding out where Martinez is, because he has been the top target for quarterback for the Wildcats. So
he has, and he's been one of these guys too that, I mean, top target really throughout most of the year.
Yeah, right, absolutely.
You have Sam Hicks with a few more touchdowns than him, but
he's 5th in the UAC in receiving.
There's Taylor. He's been relatively kept in check. That's now his 3rd reception. About 26 yards on the evening. So like we said, the starter, McIver, is out. 4th down and 6 coming up for the Wildcats. Fourth down and 6. The punt coming here in a moment.
One jack coming on late.
Yeah. LeVar Lindo. Harris back to receive the punt. He'll fair catch it at the 10-yard line.
Made it about the 11-yard line. 1st and 10 SFA.
So SFA got things going this half with a field goal after the forced fumble. forced fumble happened, and then that feels like it was 20 minutes ago, Courtney.
Yeah.
And then
Right.
forced field goal, and then the interception there from Cotton. First and 10, Rutherford. Having just committed the turnover, airs one out here, finding Neighbors in stride. Are you kidding me?
Oh, wow. What a throw.
Down to the 10. Flipping the field completely. Gavin Rutherford dropping a dime for Jordan Neighbors.
And Rutherford had a guy in his face, and he was on the verge of being sacked. And just able to get the ball out to Neighbors. What a throw.
Here he is. He has a little
taking
time
a hit.
Yeah, boom. And then just
and
right
a
on
dime.
the money. And Neighbors getting past the defense. Here's the play for SFA.
And they just, man.
Taking it to the house. Lumberjacks scoring.
All strength there.
Quaylen Jones. Quaylen Jones finishing off what was a very fast possession there for Stephen F. Austin. Man, oh man. Two-point try coming up here for SFA. That throw from Rutherford is that's one he'll keep on his film collection for sure. That was beautifully done. So Rutherford working, 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Chance for it to be a 3-touchdown game. Rutherford looking, but just completely airmailed that one.
It's probably best he did that because there's tight coverage on the back end by the Wildcats.
We got a break happening here from Homer Bryce. 10:31 to go in this third quarter. The score 25-6. We'll be back. Welcome back. SFA countering quickly after getting the ball back. Took all of 2 plays for the Lumberjacks, and Gavin Rutherford to deliver just a dime over to Neighbors. Kickoff coming from hand here. And it's kickoff. Will roll through the end zone. It's a touchback. 19-point game. And being able to face the pressure, and Rutherford being the backup there. One thing that we hadn't really seen in his arsenal a lot this year was the deep pass, being able to accurately hit that one. Well, not only did he, but he did it with pressure coming under his face, and then Quaylen Jones able to finish off the drive with a touchdown run. So Haggard looking to make a pass, and the receiver was not even anywhere ready. Sam Hicks, the receiver on the play, running back by trade.
And you can tell that this Wildcat offense is just out of sorts.
Yeah.
And you got to give credit. I mean, you can say that, but you got to give credit to the defense by the Lumberjack.
Yeah.
The Lumberjack, they put pressure on the quarterback and just moved him off his spot.
Yeah, I think you're right, but you also have to realize, too, these are the first snaps really that Haggard's played all year long. And so the offense for the first time is having a new captain, except minus the 1 play earlier this year. So it's just one of those things that they got to find the rhythm with him under center. The run play going to the right. 3rd down and 3 coming up now. Abilene Christian producing 1 touchdown there in the 2nd quarter. Other than that, SFA's really been in the driver's seat on this one. Creating plays, special teams, defensive-wise. Handoff going to the right. Is it stuff in the backfield?
Yeah,
yes,
just,
it is.
Just nothing there.
Coach Carthel loving that there from the guys. He's the biggest cheerleader on the field, actually, you know.
And you got to love that from your head coach.
Yeah.
He's there. He's right there in the battle fighting with you.
That's Colby Carthel, the 6-year head coach of the Lumberjacks. That brings up a 4th down now for the Wildcats. Fourth and 3 officially.
Almost
punt.
blocked again.
Yeah, no kidding. That punt game, I think other opponents are going to be
What a
watching the film on this game and seeing how can they get an advantage special teams wise, because you're exactly right. There's been 4 punts almost blocked today, and one was.
I believe it's a flag on the far
side of the
far side of the field.
Down near the 30. Let's see what the official says here.
Illegal formation, kicking team, more than 4 in the backfield. Penalty is assessed 5 yards from the end of the kick. First down.
That penalty will benefit SFA. They'll take over now from their own 35-yard line. So 1st and 10 coming up for the Lumberjacks. See what Rutherford has in store here on this drive for them. Dropping over to his right side, making the pass. It's complete on the reception for SFA. Clayton Wayland, 3 touchdowns this year, 186 yards. Added about 11 more there on that one.
Great job by Wayland, sitting down in the zone and past the sticks and allowing his quarterback to see him.
1st and 10 here. Rutherford to the left to Wembley. Wembley at the 50, 45, 40. Ran out of bounds at the 36-yard line.
And that's where he's dangerous. Catching the ball at the backfield and getting positive yardage. Wembley.
Yeah, Wembley's been
big-time player from the backfield.
For sure.
Especially when you have both backs. You have Jones, you can hand the ball off and be a bruiser, and then you have Wembley, who you can get it out too quick in space and get positive yardage.
Harris in motion. Rutherford looking his direction, a little curl from Harris. He's wrapped up and will kind of fall ahead. Tackle made by Tyson Williams, sophomore corner.
2nd down 6.
2nd down and 6 now headed your way as the clock ticks under 8 minutes. Lindo will go from left to right. Now Rutherford will roll to the right. Looking for Wayland towards the sideline. Pass complete to him.
Pass complete to Clayton Wayland.
2nd reception of the game for Clayton.
Just great play call, moving the pocket and finding Wayland on the quick out and negating the D-line pressure from the Wildcats.
Now here comes the run play. Is the up-tempo offense for SFA. It's what's kind of been their DNA throughout the year. Saw a little bit different last week with Incarnate Word. They were, because Incarnate Word wanted to go just as fast as SFA, honestly.
Right.
And so they were a little bit more ball control in that situation.
But I think another week for Rutherford.
Yeah.
As the starter, due to injury.
Yep.
Another week can also help him out, quarterback, just establishing what they want to do on offense.
Yeah, that's a big deal. 2nd down and short coming up for the Lumberjacks.
Because it's about the reps. He's getting a lot more reps than he has, so you tell he's comfortable out there in this game so far.
Jenkins on the carry. I think he's going to say about a yard short of the 1st down, so 3rd and 1 coming up.
About a yard shy of the 1st down.
Rutherford, though, tonight, 15 to 24, 2 touchdowns.
Along with Alex Bowman Jr.
Incredible QBR, 173.
3rd and 1.
Third and 1. Is that another false start here for SFA?
I don't see any flags. Well, I do see a flag on the field. Just thrown back in the secondary area.
delay a game on the defense, number 93. 5-yard penalty. Results in a first down.
That's a tough call. That's a tough one. But, I mean, you can't impersonate the snap count.
Yeah.
And they'll easily, if the referees hear it, they'll easily delay a game on you, on a defense.
That's interesting. That's the first time in person I've ever seen that called.
You see it all. You see it all over college football. So.
Yes. Yeah, and I've seen it in on TV, but never got the chance. First time to see it here in the stadium. 6 minutes to go, just under it in third quarter. Score 25-6. Season finale for Stephen F. Austin. Abilene Christian advancing on to start off in FCS playoffs next week. Maybe getting the bye. Well, I mean,
right.
The chances go way down with a loss, I think, in this one, but a lot of possible happenings there. Jones getting the carry, going up at the 5, the 3.
Look at the strength.
Just so strong. All the way down to the half-yard line. That's one of those runs that you're like, I'll give it right back to me, Coach. Let's go. First and goal.
He should get it every time, especially how he's been running the ball in the red zone here in the second half.
That's what Abilene Christian's anticipating as well. Look at him crowding the line there. Lindo going to the right. This might just be as Jones will flip over to the left side. Jones will get it. Will he get in?
I think he's just –
He's in.
Oh, he's in.
They got the arms from the line judge. Quaylen Jones, his second touchdown of the night.
It did not look like it from his body, but I think he's able to get the ball across the plane.
Because I think his body was sitting on top of somebody else, so he wasn't down and reached the ball.
Reached across.
Extended over. Jones now 8 touchdowns this season. (31-6) the score. Extra point coming from Campos and company. There it is. Jones just fighting his way through the middle. Here's Campos. Extra point try. Kick is up. Kick is good. Now 87 consecutive extra points. We got a break. 32-6. We'll be right back here from Homer Bryce in a moment. SFA doing a lot of what we've seen them do at home here this year, and they've jumped out to big leads, and that's what they've done surprisingly enough, over this Abilene Christian squad. 32-6 the score. Hand gets another touchback.
Abilene Christian at the 25.
And Abilene Christian, as we said, they've pulled some of their offensive starters here in the second half, but still what you've seen from SFA, it's been pretty interesting to see how this one all develops. SFA was up 16-6 at halftime. They've added 16 points of their own here in the third quarter. Hicks on the carry. He's tackled. Big collision.
And off to Sam Hicks for about a yard.
Potts on the tackle.
And again, Potts just having an amazing game. He's been flying around all game for the Lumberjacks defense.
Potts 5 tackles now in the ball game. Hicks in motion. Haggard making the pass in the direction over to Javon Gibson.
Looking for the back shoulder throw, but just threw it out of bounds.
Gibson, a good-looking receiver, too.
Yeah, good size on him.
Good frame. And the clock will stop here on the incompletion. 3rd down and 9. And the snap, dropping back, looking to his left.
What a throw.
Pass complete. That's Martinez.
Oh, he's
now
gone.
he's gone. He's to the house. Wow. 74 yards on the completion. Nehemiah Martinez. He just slipped off a couple of tackles and boom.
And that is why
In the end zone.
McIver's been looking for him the entire game, because he has electric speed right there, catching the ball on a quick out and just taking it to the house.
Take a look at the replay here. Haggard dropping back to pass. He caught it about 37-yard line and then slips through that. Had a great block upfield too. That can't go unnoticed. Couldn't see the jersey number there for that block. Baez ready to do the kicking. Kick is up, kick is good. 20-point ball game. 4:17 to go in this third quarter, and I want to wish you and your families a happy Thanksgiving coming up next week. Fall weather, perfect time to think about all the good food and football you get to enjoy next week.
It's going to be fun.
It's one of the best times of the year. Then you got people like Courtney over here who love the football, but then they'll have the basketball tournaments on as well.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of got a little bit of all of it going on next week.
Yeah, if you're a big sports fan, a big college sports fan, you know how Thanksgiving week is. It's a lot of things going on. You have rivalry week. You have rivalry week going on in football, and then you had the big tournaments going on in basketball. So just an amazing week for a college sports fan. Yeah,
one of the marquee here in Texas will be, all eyes will be next Saturday on Texas A&M and Texas. As that's been the matchup in the making. Hasn't happened for 11 years, 12 years?
Yeah, it's been a while. Just a big time ball game. Happy that just the rivalry's back for the state. I mean, it was a bit of a dark cloud over the state not having that game, so glad to have it back.
Yeah, gonna be a lot of fun. So we're here on 4:17 to go. The ball will go back to Stephen F. Austin. Rutherford's had a really strong game for the Lumberjacks at quarterback. Vidlak, if you're just hopping on, Vidlak out. He will now have missed the last 3 games of the season, but Rutherford went 15-24, no interceptions, 238 yards, 2 touchdowns, the long completion being 80 yards. So Rutherford hands it off here to Jenkins. Jenkins splitting up the middle. Up to the 45-yard line.
Great run by Jenkins. Great hard run by Jenkins, and that's been the difference for this Lumberjack offense. They've been able to run the football at a high clip, and so that allows them to take their shots when they have them with Rutherford.
Yeah, they've really been persistent in the run game, although they're not hitting their season averages by any stretch, but only 61 yards. But the runs they do have, it's been effective at 4 or 5 yards, and that one breaking off occasionally. 1st and 10 now. Rutherford looking over the middle. Llewellyn catches it. Another hard hit at that one, the collection. Defensive side of things. Will Schaefer.
Great job by Llewellyn, just keeping his concentration, knowing he's going to take the hit coming across the middle. Great catch right there.
19-point game here with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Chris Simmons, Courtney Garcia with you. Rutherford nearly bobbles the snap again, or after the thought about a fake handoff. Well, he's wrapped up and tossed down in the backfield.
All credit there goes to the D-line getting a sack for the Wildcats defense.
Loss of 7, 2nd down, 17.
2nd and long for SFA as they may start taking time off the clock and just letting it tick on down. Yeah, just a little bit of a Bobble, and then boom. Didn't take long for this Wildcat defensive line to get there on you. Jenkins on the carry. He's fighting forward. Second long to third, and not quite as long, but still long.
Jenkins on the carry. To Healy there for Abilene Christian, along with Schaefer. 3rd and 14.
There's Jones.
Great job on the edge at cornerback, Mooks, for
Dylan Jones on the
forcing
carry
him out of bounds.
to the 38. He's got 4th down at about 7.
Here comes Campos out with a huge kick here. It'll be a 55-yarder for the senior. Before we get the kick, a timeout taken.
Timeout. Abilene Christian, first charged of the second half. This is a 30-second timeout.
30-second timeout. Campos is, wow, going to go for this 55-yarder this year. Campos is perfect inside of 50 on the year. But 50 plus, he's 0 for 2. His long so far has been 43. Coach Carthel obviously.
You want to give a senior a chance.
Yeah, give him
right here.
Give him the chance to do it. Make sure my numbers are right here before I throw it on out there. Campos needs to, if he makes this, he is the 2nd highest all-time field goal kicker scorer in FCS. Campos, the Nacogdoches native. 55-yard attempt coming. Here's the kick. The kick is blocked. Kick is blocked, and the Wildcats, they're going to pick it up in the end zone and run it out of bounds. So 1:03 to go in this 3rd quarter. That kick was blocked, and it was in the end zone. If Abilene just takes a knee in the end zone, it comes on out. But
yeah,
they ran it out and took it down to the 1, so it's like an effective punt, essentially, for SFA.
And it's just small decisions like that that can cost you major yardage.
Ruling on the field is a touchback.
Oh, they say it's a touchback.
Abilene Christian ball at the 20-yard line.
Okay. We got the ruling officially now. So not a mistake there in that situation. First and 10 for the Wildcats from the 20. A lot of conversations happening here before the snap. That's kind of been another theme throughout this one.
Yeah, and right from the jump, the ball game.
Haggard Dropping back to pass. Pass complete over the sideline.
It's a long throw, but great pitch and catch
It
there.
was a long throw for a 10-yard gain, but
And Martinez has been the go-to the entire game for the Wildcats offense.
SFA going to have a substitution here as Abilene Christian made a sub. Cotton will come off. Here's a snap. Hicks on the carry. Working over the left side. Second down and about 7 coming up. We'll see if the snap goes off here before the quarter break or not. Up to the Wildcats, their decision here. Looks like they will try to go for one. Over the middle, pass.
Oh, almost intercepted.
Thrown behind Taylor. It was a near interception.
For Taylor.
That's the end of the third quarter.
So we'll wrap up the third quarter and come right back here to Homer Bryce for the last 15 minutes of football here in Nacogdoches. We'll be back in a moment here on ESPN+. Welcome back here from Homer Bryce. Haggard dropping back to pass, looking for Taylor. Taylor, ball hits off his hands and falls incomplete.
Just great defense, a lot of hand fighting both ways, but great defense on the outside.
Just underway in the fourth quarter, and SFA has really just dominated through this one.
Yeah.
They've been in control of this basically the whole way through. Fourth down coming up in 7, the punt squad out. This is where they've had their issues.
Delay game. Kicking team, 5-yard penalty. Fourth down.
Just back them up some more. These are some
When it
uncharacteristic-
rains.
Yeah.
When it rains, it pours right now for ACU.
This isn't what you expect as far as, coming into this one for sure. SFA's offense is really, they've outgained Abilene Christian by 116 yards so far in this one. The kick coming. Received by Harris up to the 30, 35, and following ahead up to the 39.
So injured Lumberjack down on the turf. Well, it looked like he got back up and teammates helping him off.
FCS playoffs coming up next weekend. We'll take a look real quick at the projected field coming into the day. This isn't reflective of any of the results from earlier or what's happened already in the day, but a couple at-larges have already a couple of big-time teams have already clinched their bid. There are still several at-large spots right now. Abilene Christian projected 12 seed as we go into playoffs next week. You can look back on the season and look back if last week if SFA is able to take care of Incarnate Word, and Incarnate Word's been a high-ranked team all season long too. They've been solid, but couldn't get the home win, because if they get that win, then if you get this win today, well, now you're really making a strong case to get an at-large bid potentially.
Right.
Beat 2 ranked teams, but not the case. So instead, they're playing for the seniors, and Wembley actually took the snap there for SFA, hands it off.
Still moving the pile.
I believe it's Davis on the carry. The pile still just moving.
Man, you got to love that if you're Coach Carthel.
Man, oh man, first down here for the Lumberjacks. Who was it at the bottom of that pile? Oh, was that
Neighbors?
That
Yeah.
was Neighbors, okay. Boy, he just had about 3,000 pounds on top of him. You know?
But I tell you what, they've been mixing it up, especially with the Wildcat right there. You had an opportunity to run it off the snap with your back, but also to be able to hand it off for a reverse with your receivers as well. So just changing some wrinkles in the offense and going to the Wildcat formation.
A carry here for the Lumberjacks. We'll just get back to the line of scrimmage. It's Wembley. Second and 9 coming up. Rutherford looking to the left. That one's deflected again. Defensive line deflections, another storyline throughout this one. Again, Kagan Roach.
And I think he's happy that one got deflected because
it might have been
the safety. Outside linebacker Isaiah Kelly was coming crashing down and probably would have had an opportunity to pick that one off. So.
Third and 9 coming up here for Rutherford and the Lumberjacks. Lindo will come and slide in motion. Rutherford's going to choose to run the left side, a designed quarterback run play. It gets him about 2 yards, but leaving him 7 yards short. And I imagine we'll see. Let's see. Here on 4th down and 7.
Going to a two-back look with Wembley and Jones.
I think I'm a little surprised to not see. Kendo Campos' last kick got blocked, but
they're in no man's land right here. So if there's a time to go for it on 4th down, it's right here.
Rutherford being pursued and just pushed
out
out
of
of bounds.
pressure. A lot of pressure on him right there. Just a linebacker blitz for Abilene Christian, was able to force him out of the pocket, and great job of contained by the defense for ACU.
Do we have a break on the field? I'm trying to see if that's. I believe we do. We'll take a quick break with them. 32-13. We'll be right back here from Homer Bryce. Haggard with a little bit of play action here finds Martinez, who's been really a bright spot for this offense of Abilene Christian.
Just a major go-getter for this offense.
Martinez, before that play, had 113 yards and a touchdown. So 1st and 10. The situation now. They'll swing it out over the left side.
And just great open field tackle.
On the reception, J.J. Henry.
Now it's Jalen Hughes for the Lumberjacks on the tackle.
So 2nd down coming up. 5 to go. Clock will roll. There's the snap, Haggard. Wow, miscommunication between him and Taylor.
Quarterback looking for a deep route, and receiver ran a deep
curl. Yeah. It's a 3rd down and 5, and Courtney, it's looking like for these fans here at Homer Bryce, fans of the Lumberjacks, that they've gotten to see. It's been 6 home games this year. 5 of those, they have really just came out and created large gaps and kind of blowout type wins. That's pretty special. That's definitely a changing of the tide for what it's been for SFA. 3rd and 5 here. Quick slant route caught.
What a collision.
Big time tackle. Take a look at this on the replay. Right here, and boom.
Man.
He actually made a victim of his own teammate as well. Gafford looking over the middle.
What a pitch and catch there, and the umpire losing his foot.
The umpire having to play dodgeball with it as well.
Moving out the way of the ball.
Pass complete to Henry. Gafford rolling around, throwing it across his body, complete.
Man.
Touchdown for the Wildcats. Well, this spark of life from him here.
Just great job rolling out and finding the crosser in the end zone for a touchdown.
That's Blaine Taylor, his 7th touchdown of the season. He's rolling out over here, so he fakes it over the left side, kind of went through all of his reads, and you see Taylor creating space, making the catch right before the sideline. And so a 2-point attempt coming for the Wildcats. Gafford taking the snap, man in motion. Under pressure.
That one tipped
deflected
away.
out of bounds. And we have a break happening here, 32-19. Take a look at the touchdown here as we head to a break. We'll be right back here on ESPN+. Touchdown here for Blaine Taylor off the pass from Haggard.
Now it's a 2-score game.
Yeah, 2-score game getting a little interesting here. 9:53 to go. But you're going to see, I think, a lot of ball control here from SFA. The kick is off, and fair caught by Neighbors. Haggard now 9 of 16 this afternoon. 1 interception and 2 touchdowns. His long completion being 74 yards. Pretty even when it comes to first downs. Abilene Christian 14, SFA 15. SFA's tried to run the ball 30 times for 88 yards. Abilene Christian 21 times for only 33. The run game has not been there for the Wildcats. Passing-wise, though, 253 passing yards for SFA, 231 for the Wildcats. Rutherford trying to make the pass to Neighbors, threw it behind him, though.
Just nothing there. Well, just a bad pass by Rutherford. Excuse me.
This game could get interesting, Courtney. You said two-possession game.
Two-possession game.
You have a 3-and-out right here. It could become very interesting.
Especially how Abilene Christian is moving the football on offense.
And doing it with their backup quarterback in. Here's Jones on the rush. Second down and 5 coming up. Third and 5. SFA going to take the full play clock. One man in motion. Rutherford looking. Won't get it over to Davis. And the Wildcats defense.
Just great defense.
Coming up big here. Now 4th and 5, and you kind of chip away at it. Now you've got yourself, and it could be interesting here with 9 minutes to go.
And Abilene Christian just last week come from behind win to win the UAC and clinch a playoff spot.
Yep. Here comes Eddings now for the punt. It's actually a little bit shorter punt than what we've seen from Eddings, but all things considered, still flipping them back to their own 30s where the Wildcats will start. 8:52. SFA did not take hardly any time off the clock there. So not going to be able to play not going to be able to play keep away here for the rest of the game.
You gotta play it out.
Defense going to have to play it out and play strong here to finish it.
And it's going to start with the front 7. Trying to get pressure on the quarterback and also on the back end, allowing your front 7 to have time to get to the passer.
Handoff from the right side. He works through the left guard, left tackle. Hicks on the carry. It's ahead for 2-yard gain. 2nd down and 8 coming up. Hicks.
That was caused a lot of pressure.
Hicks was in motion. Haggard was the quarterback rolling out with pressure. Threw it at the feet of Taylor.
And that was due to the pressure of Xavier pass off the edge. Again, in his face and forcing the errant throw.
So 3rd and 8. Big possession here for the SFA defense. Looking for Taylor. Wow. What a deflection.
Just letting them play physical on the outside on both sides in the secondary. Great bat down there.
In coverage, Contrell Omar. That forces the punt squad to come on out. Grant Nickel, the punter, coming out. He'll boot it away. Basically back-to-back 3 and outs here. We have a break happening. The score 32-19, 8:04 to go here at Homer Bryce. We'll be back in a moment on ESPN+. 1st and 10. It got interesting there for a second. SFA has a chance here with a drive that could take some time off the clock, really control the ball well, and put this game away because, you know, this game can go – it could go really quickly out of your hands, and so far not the situation. Rutherford will hand it off to Jalen Jenkins, getting ahead. And
great strong run there by Jenkins.
That'll give him the 1st down after the 11-yard gain. Jenkins one more time on the carry.
Stuff there.
Second down and 9 on the way here for the Lumberjacks, as you expect just about all that play clock to go ahead and tickle down before the snap happens. One more run, but no real yards gained. Maybe one. We'll see. 3rd and 8 coming up in a moment. But some score updates here from the Southland. Houston Christian and Northwestern State in the matchup. Houston Christian ahead 59-17. As Northwestern State will have a winless season. Lamar McNeese played tonight at 7, and Incarnate Word came back against East Texas A&M to win that one. 38-24 was looking, it was tied up at half, 17 all, and then 3rd quarter East Texas A&M took a lead, 24-17.
Oh man,
and the run there is stuffed again by the defense of the Wildcats. But then Incarnate Word put up 21 points in the 4th quarter, 21 unanswered.
Now it's Chris Wright getting back there first.
So here comes Eddings out for another punt here tonight. His leg might be getting tired, Courtney. He's had to work a lot.
Yeah.
Eddings now 8 punts this afternoon, 329 yards, averaging 41.1. 1 touchback, 2 fair caught, 3 or 50 plus, and 4 inside the 20. Pretty good line.
Yeah.
Haggard, he's looking to air one out over to Taylor. He's really trying. I mean, if he's going to go to one guy, that's not the bad guy to go to at all. I mean, he's trying to really work and get a connection there with Blaine Taylor.
A great job by Harmon forcing him towards the sideline, and a tough catch to make right there.
So 2nd and 10 coming up. Clock stopped at 5:03. 5:03 left in the Lumberjack football season. Haggard, pressured. Oh, wow, almost picked off by SFA. The running back, Martinez, he bailed off. He kind of curled out and made a wheel route out of it.
And the pressure again, I mean, every time that this offense has went stagnant for Abilene Christian, it's due to the pressure from the front 7 of the Lumberjacks.
Reddick almost came up with the interception there. It just bounced right in front of his feet. He'll fake over to his right. Now he has pressure again. He will run out of bounds. That's not a. Oh, they are giving the late hit. Wow. Man, I thought the hit actually was made in bounds. We might have to see the replay on that. But Coach Carthell's saying the same thing that I thought I saw over here as well.
Yeah.
It actually happened right in front of where our press box is aligned. But the late hit is thrown. They're discussing it now. We'll see the hit happening.
After the play was over, personal foul. Late hit out of bounds, number 2, defense.
See, look right
Penalty
here.
is 15 yards from the end of the play and carries an automatic first down.
I guess he had just crossed over.
Yeah.
Just crossed over on the hit. So that's such an impossible play for the defense, too, that, I mean, you can't tell them not to go try to make the play. But nonetheless, Aaron Austin called for the penalty there, moves them up 15 yards. More importantly, stops the clock. Passing over the middle, ball thrown again behind Taylor. Haggard is having a very tough time figuring out pacing and timing with his lead receiver. Taylor will jog off. Haggard one more time through the air. Superman catch made.
Man, what a
bobbled out. Wow. It was a Herculean type effort to make the catch initially.
But great job by Charles Demings late knocking the ball out.
Injured player down here.
Injury timeout.
For the Wildcats. Here's the play here from Haggard looking to the left side. A diving effort. Looked like Javon Gibson is the one who's down. And they're tending to him over on the sideline. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in a moment here from Homer Bryce. Gibson able to walk off on his own power here with 3rd down and 10 coming up. Hicks to the right. Gafford, the screen pass. If it was basketball, it'd be a completed bounce pass. However, it is not, and Taylor has another incompletion headed his direction. It's 4th and 10 coming up.
A big down here.
Obviously, Wildcats going for it here in this situation.
Double move.
Pass is complete. J.J. Henry on the reception. Off the pass from Carson Haggard.
Just a great pitch and catch.
They will run the clock. 4:10. Fresh set of downs now for the Wildcats. Gafford. Throwing it over to his right, slinging it. Pass complete. Over to Sam Hicks. Second down and 4 coming up for the Wildcats. Cotton will come off. Look in the direction of Taylor. No, they'll go to the other side. Gibson.
Oh, just
fails to make the catch. Slips through his hands.
Great ball by the quarterback of ACU. Just, again, just right in the fingertips of your receivers. Just not able to haul it in.
And that's actually Cleveland, the intended receiver. Trey Cleveland there. So dropping back to pass. Initially his eyes were left, then he turns back right. And Cleveland, that's actually great defense.
Yeah.
Third and 4. Haggard.
Again, great defense.
The hands, it's what it is these guys they're getting a little bit of space, but it's the arms, it's the clawing and fighting it out at the last second that the secondary for SFA has been really, really good at. Jaheim Mullen doing the honors that time.
And man, you better be careful around him. That ball can eventually end up in his hands.
Yeah, it can. Fourth and 4, they'll go for it again. Oh, a safety blitz up the middle of the pass, complete though.
Man, just what toughness there by the quarterback to be in there and take that hit and deliver a ball.
I mean,
on
just
4th down.
A missile headed right at you. He stays in there strong and makes this throw. Look at this. Wow.
He had to get it out quick.
Brown was just boom. He was there. Pass incomplete now for the Wildcats. 2:47 to go. That's as impressive of a safety blitz and a completion as we've seen.
We seen it on the side of Rutherford making a deep pass while having a blitzer in your face and Abilene Christian is doing the same thing here to keep the drive going.
2nd and 10. Haggard throws it right to SFA, intercepted by the Jacks. 45-50, 45, and tumbling down. Making the interception here for the Lumberjacks is Luke Watson. Watson, his 2nd interception of the year. And that's going to do it for this one just about.
Yeah, the local product from Gilmer just undercutting the route, intercepting it, and hopefully, if everything goes well, sealing the game for the Lumberjacks. If anything unforeseen, unless anything unforeseen happens. But, man, what a big-time interception right there.
Yeah, that was just a miss from Haggard. He's had several of them tonight. He's made a couple passes, and he's proven the ability to stay in the pocket and take the hit. False start, though, against SFA again.
And that's just been the issue throughout the game.
False start, number 85, offense, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Griffin Edwards called for the false start here for SFA on senior day, now turning into senior night here in Nacogdoches, Texas. 32-19 the score. Handoff going to the right. The pile will just be pushed. And that should take us to the 2-minute timeout. I don't see any reason for SFA to try to get an extra snap in here. They want the clock to be their best friend here, and we will.
Timeout, Abilene Christian, second charge of the 2nd half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
So ACU taking the timeout. They're flipping the script on us, trying to preserve clock and preserve any kind of hope that they can have here. They know it's still a long shot, but it's a better shot if they can get force SFA to at least be punting after the 2-minute timeout and not still having possession on 2nd or 3rd down. That's their 2nd charge timeout of the half, so they got one more left. (32-19). Been that score for quite some time now. We'll hand it off to Jones. Jones falling ahead in the last timeout.
Abilene Christian, 3rd and final charge timeout of the 2nd half.
Timeouts
this will be a
left.
30-second
If SFA
timeout.
can convert here on 3rd and long, it will effectively be ball game. SFA has 3 timeouts left to their name. Abilene Christian with none. And Courtney, this year we've got to see firsthand SFA quite a bit here at Homer Bryce, and this team has been, I would say, tell me if you think I'm wrong, I think fairly consistent. I think it's been a very consistent team from the first game that made national headlines, being up 70-0 at half, up until this one. What you've seen is high-powered offense, consistent defense, gets pressures in the secondary that can haunt you, and the last 3 games they've done it without Vidlak.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's been a year of up and downs for this team. I think a lot of gelling because of a lot of new players coming in via the transfer portal. But they've done a great job of kind of putting everything together when they need to and having and actually, for the most part, protecting home other than the Incarnate Word game. So,
Quaylen Jones on the carry, getting it really close. but it won't be there for a first down. They're going to actually mark him about 3 yards short of the first. So 4th and 3 coming up. But, and I guess when I was saying consistent, what I should have said is it's been consistent at home. The home performances have been really solid.
It's just the road.
2-minute timeout.
On the road has been a little bit different story. 2-minute timeout happening. We'll be right back here from Homer Bryce. We're here with 4th down now for SFA. 2 minutes to go in their season. (32-19) the score. Chris Simmons, Courtney Garcia have got to take you on the ride here with us this afternoon. Play clock down to 17. Here's Rutherford. They might be taking the timeout here in a moment. Let's see. Play clock down to 3, down to 2, 1, and a timeout.
Timeout, Stephen F. Austin, first charged of the second half. This is a 30-second timeout.
So they were trying to draw off sides here, Courtney, and I don't know if they're going to come back to it now with the actual play to make, or if they're going to try to settle for the field goal. Field goal makes it 35-19. Should be a 16-point game. Don't do math in public, folks, but 16-point game, so it makes it highly unlikely. If you fail to convert here, it remains a 13-point game, still highly unlikely given the situation, and no timeouts for the Wildcats at all. So here we go. SFA needs 3 yards to get the first down and put the game away. Rutherford will roll to his right. He's actually looking down the field. Pass complete, first down, ball game.
Man, got it. Buying time and finding his receiver and great catch and bringing it down, and strong hands right there.
Isaiah Davis on the reception. First down earned by the Lumberjacks. Play clock will tick down to 10 here. Put a man in motion. Rutherford running to his left. Gets ahead. Under a minute to go, and so wrap up what for SFA with their season being done. Abilene Christian, you know, we're not talking about them as a done season because obviously next week they advance on to playoffs, and they're, you know, wish them the best of luck and taking that high-powered offense that they've got, wishing that they can get there. Rutherford runs out of bounds. SFA's season, I think, is going to be looked back on with a lot of positive things. You know, came out season opener, small NAIA school in North America, take care of them. They have, honestly, a really good showing on the road at North Texas in the second game of the year. But then they lose on a Hail Mary at McNeese, and that's going to be the one that's like, man, that's a heartbreaker. They come back home and defeat Northern Colorado. They defeat Northwestern State. They defeat Lamar on the road in a one-possession game. And they take on Southeastern Louisiana victory formation for the Jacks here, and that's going to do the ball game. Houston Christian, they take care of them. Nicholls, they take care of them. They lose, though, on the road to East Texas A&M and UIW. Those two are going to be some losses they wish they could get back. But nonetheless, then they come off here and they beat a ranked team in Abilene Christian. Obviously, situation a little bit different than what they hoped it would be going into it, hoping to really be playing for a secured playoff spot. But as a whole, been a fun time getting to see the Lumberjacks develop as a team and put on a good show here at home. And best of luck to Abilene Christian as they advance on to the FCS playoffs next week. So it's ball game here from Homer Bryce Stadium here on senior night, and 21 seniors here for Stephen F. Austin that are their time at SFA is now done, but just large commitments from each of them. In fact, just to shout them out real quick: Jermaine Brown, Bruce Harmon, Charles Demmings, Dylan Tooker, Lane Lewis, Dalton McEllier, Josiah Cotton, Jaheim Mullen, Trayshawn Adams, Ty Love, Callum Eddings, Waylon Jones, Luke Watson, Connor Mullins, Chris Campos, Will Thompson V, Jake Henry, Chris Taylor, Griffin Edwards. That's a lot of them, y'all. Guy Thomas, Victor Adusi, all of them. Fantastic careers with the Jacks, and they've flipped a program into to what it is now, and now it's up to everybody else to keep carrying on the legacy. What a fun game tonight. 32-19, your final score from Homer Bryce. Gordon, any final thoughts before we leave on this one?
Man, just a great way to go out for the Lumberjacks and for these seniors to go out with the win here on their home turf against a playoff team that will be playing next week. So just a great season overall. Just a few hiccups throughout the season that kept the Lumberjacks out of the playoffs.
Yep, it was. We'll see what happens for them next year, but it's been a fun run. SFA finishes their regular season with a 7-5 record and 4-3 record in the SLC. Abilene Christian finishes their regular season 8-4 with a 7-1 record in the UAC. So for Courtney Garcia, I'm Chris Simmons saying so long from Nacogdoches, Texas, where the final score was 32-19 in favor of the SFA Lumberjacks. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.